cordless narrow crown stapler. So this is a tool that we'll be using. There's some things around the property that needed to get fixed, and this was the right tool for the job. It was between this or an 18 gauge brad nailer. This is an 18 gauge crown stapler. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened up. All right. And well, that was easy. That was about it. Man, okay, this thing is weighty. This has got some heft to it. Okay, it looks like it has a dual trigger system. This tool shipped from the factory with a selectable trigger set in the single sequential actuator. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but we will figure that out. So it comes out pretty easily. You have your operator's manual and your stuff in here to, register your tools. You should totally register your tools for that 3-year warranty. And that's it. I mean, that's all the box has going for it. Now, this was a tool without the battery. There's tons of deals going on all the time around holidays and seasons. And our heat just kicked on. Thankfully, it's only 40 degrees out here in the shop. It's only going to be 34 degrees outside today. So having the heat on is going to be phenomenal. I'm a little chilly right now. But so yeah, this is great. It's an 18 gauge crown stapler. I'll be using this in a few projects upcoming, making planter boxes for the garden, and then doing some repairs on my deck. We have some of that little crossed lattice on the bottom part of the deck to help keep critters out. Some of that is damaged and missing. Going to need to buy new pieces, staple them together. Useful thing to have. This is also going to come in handy when we get around to building the chicken coop, and when we get around to building kind of our fenced-in garden area. That's probably going to be a year or two down the line. But this will be great for stapling all of the hardware cloth to the posts that are set throughout, just to kind of keep that on there. Some people, might equate hardware cloth to chicken wire, two different things. Hardware cloth is a little more sturdy. It's like a welded metal mesh. Generally, I think either galvanized or stainless steel. But this will be perfect for instead of using a traditional stapler and not getting the kind of depth that you need. So we're going to take a look at the owner's manual, figure out a little bit more of the features, load it up with some staples, and I have a piece of test wood that we're going to go ahead and put a few staples in so I can show you the operation, show you how it works. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so we've looked over the instructions. They're pretty simple, but we'll kind of walk through a few things. First of all here, we have our unit itself, which is the 18 gauge crown stapler. We have two different types of actuation modes. We have sequential or contact actuation. There's no battery in this right now, so this is kind of safe to do. So with contact actuation, when this plunger depresses against the material, that will actually activate the stapler. Right now it's got a lockout mode because I don't have enough staples in here. I don't have any staples in here, but that'll press down. That will make contact with the wood and then pop a staple right that way. We don't, from what I read, have to even actuate this trigger in order to do that. Right now I have it in sequential mode, which means that I have to press this all the way down and then pull the trigger and hold it for a staple to actually go in. So what we're going to do also here on the back is the air compression, how much pressure you want that to have. And then here on the side is a depth slider for, you're just going to take a few staples to kind of figure out your depth and everything that you need. So there's going to be a little bit of, not guesswork, but there's a little trial and error involved in doing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to load some staples. Now this will take from 3/8 of an inch to 1.5 inch staples. I've got some 1/2 inch staples here. And what we do is we take them with the staple back and put that back side down in here, press this in, it's locked in place, and now my actuator here, the lockout is no longer engaged. Now, safety first, we're going to put on some eye protection. Got our eye protection on. Here we have a lithium plus 18-volt battery. This is a 4 amp hour. And we are going to put that into the crown stapler. The crown stapler is now live. There is an LED light on the side. That's what this little second button is down here. Turns on the LED light. So we will go ahead and put a test staple into this board. We're going to push down. We're pushed down against the board. We're going to pull the trigger. And that has punched a staple into the board. I'll move the camera to show you here in a moment. So we've done that. Now I'm going to take the battery out and move it over here to the activation mode, where all I'm going to have to do is press this to the board, and that should drive a staple. No? Hold on. Oh, I think I have to hold the trigger down. So let me hold the trigger. No? Do I have it all the way over? I'm holding the trigger. Ah, okay, you hold the trigger and press it in. I'm still holding the trigger throughout all of that. So let's do a few more here in rapid succession. Works pretty good, very responsive, and the depth that I have set is actually great. These are pretty flush with the surface of the board. I'm going to, for safety, take the battery back out, set this down, and then I will grab the camera to show you the depth of these crown staples. As you can see, these are pretty well flush with the board. But yeah, that is the Ryobi 18-volt crown stapler, 18-gauge crown stapler. And that is, I mean, I'm running my finger over this with almost no bumps. So, like I said, you can set your gauge here. You can choose your pressure here. And inside here, you can change it between sequential and the contact actuation. So that has been my unboxing and review of the Ryobi AirStrike 18-gauge crown stapler. I hope you liked it and found it informative. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. And until next time, I'll see you later, neighbor.